Hi everyone, hope all of you are doing well. With that hope, let's start with this session. And in this session, we are going to discuss NKPs. And as all of you know, NKPs are nothing but my key points for the entrance preparation, right? So NKPs are nothing but Naseer's key points. Key points for what? Key points for entrance preparation. What entrance? Our PGMEE, postgraduate medical entrance examination preparations, right? So if we talk about NKPs, so I classify NKPs mainly into two. So core NKPs and important NKPs. So what are these core NKPs and what are these important NKPs? See, core NKPs are nothing but they are the, like, if you consider a disease, to diagnose most of the diseases there are major criteria and minor criteria, right? So core NKPs are like major criteria. They are the major NKPs, and important NKPs are like minor criteria. Minor criteria. All the NKPs are important, but core NKPs are more and more important, right? So they are the major criteria. They are must. You have to follow. There is no other go. So what about the important NKPs? Important NKPs are minor criteria. Like for the diagnosis of the disease, major criteria plus one or more minor criteria. So major criteria you have to follow. About the minor criteria, it is up to you. It is up to you. If you want to follow, you can follow them, all of them, otherwise few of them, okay fine, few of them, otherwise if you don't want to follow, it's up to you. You can accept, the important NKPs, or if you want, you can reject the important NKPs. Otherwise, if you modify, if you want to modify, you can modify the minor NKPs or important NKPs. It is up to you. It depends on your feasibility, your personality, or whatever, however you feel like, right? It's up to you, because person to person thinking varies, opinion varies, right? Method of preparation varies, everything varies. It is not like my NKPs are like universal. It's not like that. But major NKPs are like, you can say it can be, you can say it as universal, because they are very important, very important, right? So core NKPs or major NKPs like foundation. If your foundation is good, then you can easily build a building on that. If your foundation is not good, if it is not strong, then if you build a building, it will collapse. So core NKPs are very important. And you know what, there are only three core NKPs. There are only three core NKPs, but whereas minor NKPs, there are many minor NKPs. There are so many minor NKPs, right? So in this session, first now let's discuss about the core NKPs, which are the major NKPs, and there are only three. Afterwards, we can discuss important NKPs. There are so many important NKPs. So with this introduction to my NKPs, that is key points, Naseer's key points for PGMEE preparation, let's start with the core NKPs proper. Let's start with the core NKPs proper. And I told you, core NKPs are nothing but they are the major NKPs, or like major criteria. And I have already told you there are only three core NKPs. The first one, the first core NKP is that, so how to prepare for the entrance examination. So for that, the first core NKP is you have to attend coaching classes. You have to attend classes. That's what we are doing now, right? Most of us, we have attended the live classes. So you have to attend the classes, live or recorded classes, anything is okay. But live classes are always better than the recorded classes. Live classes are always better than the recorded classes. You have to attend classes, it is must, right? Without attending classes, can we do? Yes, you can do, but it's very difficult. Attending classes, it will become very easier to crack the exam. So once you attend classes, you have to concentrate towards the classes, and you have to listen carefully. And very important point, you have to write down the notes. Never forget, you have to write down the notes. If you're not writing down the notes, then it is of complete waste. It is equal to zero, because after some time, whatever you have heard, you will forget. That is normal human nature. But if you write down the notes, that will be there on the notes, like visual memory. Along with the hearing memory, you are imparting the visual memory. So hearing memory plus visual memory together, it will be there in your mind for long term. So once you are going with hearing memory and visual memory, auditory and visual memory, what will happen once you open the notes, even after some time, everything will come in your mind, what and all you have read. So that's why writing notes is very, very important to remember for long term. Otherwise, you will forget very easily. What I can say is that if you don't write the notes, it is equal to zero. It is like completely you're wasting time. So after writing down the notes, next important thing what you have to do here is that you have to give one reading immediately. You have to give one reading of the notes after the class. You have to listen to the class, write down the notes, and give one reading immediately, right? So all these 3 points are important. All these 3 points together I'm considering as one NKP here. So attend the class. Live class is always better than the recorded. So can I go with the recorded class? There is no doubt in that. You can go with that. Live classes will take less time, recorded classes will take more than that, right? So then once you hear the class, write down the notes while hearing the class, very, very important. And once your class is over, give one reading. If you don't give one reading, then again you will forget very soon, even if you have written down. If you give one reading, so you can easily recall once you open your notes after some time. This is the first very important core NKP. And second important NKP, core NKP is that, so do hard work. Most of the people say do hard work, do hard work, do hard work. Obviously hard work is very, very important for the entrance preparation, there is no doubt in that. But what I say is that rather than hard work, do smart work. Rather than hard work, do smart work. Very important point, never forget. Sir, what is the difference between hard work and smart work? See, if you do hard work, you may get success and you may not, maybe not. So there is no guarantee of success if you do hard work. Seriously, yes, seriously, I have seen the students who have done the hard work, even after that they have not got the seat, right? You would have also seen. But if you do the smart work, success is guaranteed. Terms and conditions are there. There is only one term and condition. You have to do the smart work properly. So before that, sir, what is this smart work? What is this smart work? Smart work is nothing but hard work plus planning. Hard work plus planning, never forget guys, very, very important. Just if you add planning to your hard work, so it will become smart work. Without plan, even if you do hard work, it's very difficult to get the seat, I'm telling you. No guarantee of getting the seat, no guarantee of success. But if you add planning to your hard work, that will become smart work. And I can assure you there are high chances that you will get success. How many chances? More than 99% that you will get success, there is no doubt in that, right? So now how to do planning, that is very important. You have said okay, fine, do the planning, it will become smart work. But how should I know how to plan, right? That is what is important. So according to me, if you consider, there are three important points in planning. There are so many things you can involve in planning, but according to me, for the entrance preparation, three important points for planning. First thing is, always start reading step by step, never forget, very important. Always start reading step by step. Sir, what do you mean by this step by step reading? So you can call it as start reading from minimum to maximum. Start reading from minimum to maximum. Sir, what do you mean by this minimum to maximum? So that is nothing but always start reading from more important things, then you can cover important things. Sir, what about rest? If you get time, you cover first. It is very difficult to finish important, to cover all the important points or all the important areas before the entrance examination. You have a very short period of time. In that short period of time, it is very difficult to finish even the important points. Then if you're reading important points means you're reading everything. It's very difficult. If you start reading everything, it's very difficult to finish and revise before the entrance examination. So what to do, sir? What to do? So start with more important. Once you are done with the more important things, then cover the important. And you have covered the important things. Now still, if you have time, then go with the least important things. Not important, the things which are not important, no need to read. Go with the least important things. But according to me, start with more important things, then read the important things. Don't try to read from the beginning itself each and everything. If you do that, what will happen? Time will go, and you're not and you and after some time, you feel like you have not finished a major part. You have finished just few things and major part is pending, then what will happen? You will lose your confidence. You will lose your confidence. If you try to read more important things from each and everything, then after some time you see, so most of the things are covered. You feel like most of the things are covered, and you will get a confidence. You will get a boost to keep on reading, so I will explain all these things in detail, don't worry. So the next important part of the planning, is that you have to read with a proper speed. Sir, what do you mean by that proper speed? You should not go too fast. You should not go too fast, and you should not be too slow, right? So this is very, very important. See, if you consider, microbiology subject, if students start reading microbiology, most of the students, they start with bacteriology, right? There is no doubt in that, because they are familiar with the bacteria. Then in the bacteriology, most of the students, they will start with staphylococcus. There is no doubt in that. If you have tried reading staphylococcus early morning, if you start staphylococcus, at the end of the day, if you see, most of the students, they are still with the staphylococcus, right? Hope you have all experienced. Forget about still in the staphylococcus. Most of the students, they will be in the same page what they have started in the page which they have started in the early morning, with which they have started in the early morning, right? So that is the problem. So that is too slow. Few, sir, if this is too slow, few students, what they do, they will they think they have to go fast, and they will start reading staphylococcus. In 1 hour they will finish the entire staphylococcus. Whatever you do, nothing will be there in your mind. If you do like that, nothing will be there in your mind. You should not be too fast, you should not be too slow. Proper speed is very important. And third important thing, you should plan in such a way that before exams, at least 3 revisions minimum. Maximum, it's up to you. Maximum, if you are able to do 5, very good. 10, very good. Each and every revision will improve your rank. Sir, I have done 10 revisions, is it enough? Okay, for the 10 revisions, whatever rank you are going to get, if you do add one more revision, you will get better than that. One more revision, better than that. Each and always remember, revision is equal to PG seat. No revision, no PG seat. Very, very important. Revision is very, very important to get a seat in a entrance, in a medical entrance. Very, very important. Revision is the key. Revision is the key. Without revision, you forget about taking the good clinical seat. Forget about taking the good clinical seat. So revision. How many revisions to give before exam? So minimum 3 revisions. Maximum, I told you. If you have time, keep on giving the revisions. Each and every revision will improve your rank for sure. If you want, you can read one time and you can give one test. For, okay, any test. Read one time and give one test, and next, what to do? Give one more revision, second revision, and give the one more test. You see the difference. Obviously your marks will increase. Give one more revision, third revision, and give one more test. Your marks will increase. With each and every revision, your marks will increase and your rank will become better. So this is the second important core NKP. Smart work, nothing but hard work plus planning. Never forget, go step by step and with the proper speed, and you plan in such a way that minimum 3 revisions should get over before the exam. So the third core NKP, is that, okay sir, you are telling attend the classes. Anyways, we are attending the classes. Write down the notes. Most of us are writing down the notes. Very good. If you're not writing down the notes, at least start from now. If you're not writing down the notes, then it's like you have not started PG preparation. So this is the first step. You can call it as, this is the first step, or the core step. Among all the core step, the first step or core step. See, the first NKP consists of attending the class, writing down the notes, and giving one reading. Among these 3 points, this point, writing down the notes, is very important. If you're not writing down the notes, then it's like you have not started the PG preparation. You have not started. It's of no use. Right? So write down the notes. That is the very important. And after that, once you start reading, go step by step, minimum to maximum, with the proper speed, and plan in such a way that minimum 3 revisions should get over. Right? Okay, fine, sir. You are telling write down the notes. We are writing down the notes. Go step by step. Now, sir, how should I know in the first reading what to read and what to leave? And in the next reading, what to add and what to leave, what extra to read and what not to read. It's very difficult to decide by a student. And second thing, sir, whether I am going with the proper speed or not, how should I know? Is there any indicator? right? To measure whether I'm going with the proper speed or not. It's very difficult to decide by myself whether I'm going with the proper speed or not. Third, sir, whether my plan is, I don't know whether my plan is proper or not to cover the 3 revisions at the end. So now what the third core NKP is that how to execute the plan is my third in core NKP. Execution of the plan. You have made a plan, you have made a plan, execution of the plan, right? How to execute the plan, how to make everything to fall on the place, how to go step by step, how to maintain the proper speed, how to do revision. For the, all these things is possible with the third NKP, that is execution of plan. Sir, what is that plan? How to execute the plan? What is the method to execute the plan? The answer is that make short targets. Make short targets. Very, very important point, guys. Never forget. Very, very important points. Never forget. Short targets. Short targets. Sir, what do you mean by these short targets? If you make the short targets, no need to decide what to read in the first time and what to leave and what to add in the next time. If you make short targets, automatically you will go step by step. Automatically will go step by step. If you make short targets, no need to adjust the speed. Automatically you will be in the proper speed. And if you make short targets, your plan is perfect. You are able to finish 3 revisions. If you have planned, you can finish 3 revisions. There is no doubt in that. For everything, the key is making short targets is the key. Very important point. Now, what is this short targets? Short targets are nothing but, first you have to make a complete plan. Very, very important point. First you have to make a complete plan till the last day of your exam. Last day of your exam. So how to read now when the classes are going on, then how to start reading once the classes will get over, then what to finish before aims, before PGI, then before the NEET, and how to cover all the 3 revisions after finishing the classes. Everything you have to plan. After planning everything, you have to divide the plan. You have to divide the plan so that you can get a short plan. Divide the plan so that you can get a short plan, and that is nothing but short target. That is nothing but short target. And sir, you are telling short target, how short it should be? So the answer is that the target should be, you have to make a short target for 1/4 of the day. For 1/4 of the day, this is your target. You divide, first you have to make the entire plan, then divide the target. Ultimately you will get the target for 1 day. If this is your target for 1 day, again you divide the target into 4. So in the first quarter of the day, you have to finish quarter of that target. In the half of the day, 50% of the day, you have to finish 50% of the topic. 75% of the day, you have to finish 75% of the topic. At the end of the day, you have to finish the entire target, right? That's how you have to divide. So if you make the short target, for example, you take microbiology, you have decided to finish entire bacteriology in 1 day. Entire bacteriology. Then divide the bacteriology into 4 equal half. Once you divide into 4 equal half, divide the entire day into 4 equal parts. The first day you have to finish 25% of the bacteriology. Second day, second 25%. Third day, third 25%. Right now, for example, take 25% of the bacteriology. 25% of the bacteriology you have to finish in 25% of the day, 1/4 of the day. So what will happen once you start reading? Initially you will go little slow. But once your target is nearing, what will do? So target is nearing, I'm lagging behind, so you will automatically speed up. At the end when the target is nearing, right? Initially right, for example, if you have started preparation from the month of April, initially you will be like slow and you will read each and everything, but at the time of examination, what will do? You will start reading very fast. Right? Similarly, what will happen if you have a short target? Your target is about to end. You have to achieve the target. In an attempt to achieve the target, you will speed up yourself. So initially you will be little slow, then you will speed up little fast. At the end, you will be more fast. So that is your proper speed. If you made the short target, in an attempt to complete that short target, whatever speed you apply automatically, that is your proper speed. Second thing, how to go step by step. So for example, you have decided to finish 25% of the bacteriology in 25% of the day, right? Now in an attempt to complete the target, you are trying to complete but 25% of the day over, sir, I have not completed the 25%. I couldn't complete the 25% of bacteriology. Just 20% got over, 5% is remaining. What to do? What to do? So that is what you have to read. That is the first step. Remaining 5% you can add in your next revision. Next revision, right? So first you are reading step by step, minimum 25% of the bacteriology. In that 25% you are reading just minimum 20%. Now what to do? So next 25% of the day is starting. Now whether to the remaining 5%, whether I have to continue in the next session or I have to leave this session. That is a very important point. So you have to leave this session here itself. 25% of the bacteriology you have covered 20%, so leave the 5%. So stick to the plan. In the next session, what and all is your plan? What and all the bacteria you have decided to start with that bacteria, right? So this 5% is left out. So when to cover that? In the next revision. Again, if something is remaining in the next revision, in the third revision you can able to finish the entire thing. So this is the best way to plan each and every day. That is the best way to make short target. So what is the use of short target? If you make short targets, what will happen? In an attempt to achieve the target, in an attempt, for example, 2 to 3 hours, take quarter of the day means 2 to 3 hours maximum. If you're reading 9 hours a day, if you're reading 12 hours a day maximum, it is not possible to read 12 hours a day. If somebody is telling I'm reading 12 to 15 hours a day, I think they are adding the time which they are spending to take rest, to go to bathroom, to eat food. I think they are adding each and everything. Otherwise, effectively, if you study only the study time, 8 to 9 hours is the effective study time in a day. If you take 8 hours, 2 hours here, 2 hours is the quarter of the day. 2 hours is the quarter of the day. In the 2 hours is the 25% of the day. Right, just an example, 25% of the day. So 25% of the bacteriology you have to finish in 2 hours. So if you get that short target, in an attempt to complete the target, you will land up in reading. Very important point. Otherwise you will feel entire bacteriology, how to read. So that thing will be there in your mind. So if you have short target 25%, so time is approaching, 1 hour over, just 1 hour is remaining. What to do? Read fast. So you're forcing yourself to read. So just make the short targets and try for 1 or 2 days. You will see the difference in your life. How you were reading and how you are reading now. Guys, I'm telling you. So there are 3 core NKPs which I have told you. Ultimately, everything depends on these short targets. The preparation depends on these short targets. Everything will fall into place if you make short targets. Everything will fall into place. So we'll discuss these 3 things once again. So if you see the summary, right? So we NKPs have divided into core and important NKPs, major and minor NKPs. You know that major NKPs are very, very important. I told there are 3 major NKPs. First, attend the classes. Right, attend the classes. Sir, most of us are attending the classes. I told live classes are always better. Sir, we are attending the live class. Live class means when the class is going on live, you have to attend at the same time. Most of the students, what they do, they will not attend the live class. They will listen to the class afterwards. Okay, fine, that is also accepted. But try to attend the live classes when they are going on at the same time. Otherwise, what will happen? Most of us will waste the time, and afterwards we'll try to watch, but few time will go wasted, right? A little time will go wasted. That's why always try to attend live classes at the same time. Otherwise, you can try to finish. If you're seeing the recorded class, live recorded class, then you try to finish on the same day. Very important point. Try to finish on the same day. If not possible, at least before the next class. Recorded classes, few people will take the apps and all to see the recorded class. Okay, very good, well and fine, whatever. But live classes are always better because you can finish in a shorter time period. Recorded classes means you need more time, double time. I think if you're going for the app-based classes, then initially itself better to decide for 2 years, because in 1 year it is very difficult to finish. Live classes is very fine, it's very good. You can finish fast and all the important things are covered. Anyways, you are attending the live classes, well and good. Second important point, what I told you here, there is write down the notes. Once again, guys, I'm telling you, if you write down your notes, your first step is done, your core step is done, your 50% of the work is done. You are in the preparation, you are in the field of preparation. If you're not writing the notes, you're not in the field of preparation, right? So because it is very difficult to read each and everything in the medical field, it is very vast. If you have written down the notes, then very easy to revise the notes, right? And notes, what and all there in the notes, it's very easy. See, there are 2 things. One, you will get the notes, right? Written notes. And second, you have second possibility is that you can write down the notes listening to the class. Always remember, so if you are taking the notes which are already which are written notes, good only, there is no problem with that. But if you write down while listening to the classes, that will stay in your memory, because you are listening to the classes, you are understanding the class, and you are writing the notes at the same time with your own hands, then that will be there in your mind for long term. So writing down the notes with your own hands is very important while listening to the classes. If some part got missed, if you have not completed the notes, some part if it is missed, then afterwards you can see the recorded classes and complete the notes. First thing is complete the notes. To revise it will become better, otherwise you are not in the field of preparation, forget it off. So then giving one reading, one to give one reading, I told you immediately give the reading on the same day. Whatever classes you have attended today, read once before the day ends, otherwise maximum before the next class, not the next subject, before the next day class, before the next day class or next class. So finish reading on the same day. And once your one subject is over, every day you have to read and finish. Every day what and all you have attended the class, read and finish on the same day, otherwise maximum before the next class. And then once the subject is over in 6 to 7 days or whatever, after that, if you are getting 1 day or 2 day break, then in that break revise the entire 6 or 7 day subject in that day. You have to revise entire subject in that day. Very very important, very very important, right? So most of the students, they will waste time in solving too many questions, and they will not read or revise the notes. That is not the wise idea. I'm not telling not to solve the questions, and I'm not telling not to solve more and more questions. What I'm telling is, initially go step by step. That's what I told, go step by step. Initially give more time to the notes, give less time to the questions, solving questions. Then what to do, slowly, once you are getting perfect with the notes, then increase the time for solving questions, right? So now, if you talk about the hard work and planning, I told planning goes step by step, minimum to maximum, right? So what to do, in the first step read only more important points. More important points is nothing but notes. According to me, more important points are nothing but notes. No, each and every point in the notes is more important. So revise the notes first, be perfect with the notes. Remaining things from the guidebooks or entrance books or additional points, you can read it afterwards if you have time. First read the notes, and afterwards you can read, and you can keep on adding. Ultimately what will happen, first you are reading minimum. If you keep on adding, ultimately you will land up in reading maximum. Initially itself, if you start reading maximum, most of the students, what they will think, so we are preparing for the neat entrance, and most of the students are having a like what they want a seat in National Institute, right? Most of us will be having that feeling that I want the seat in the National Institute. So they will start reading in detail. In the beginning itself, they will start reading maximum, each and everything about everything. Then what will happen, ultimately at the end of, before the exams, they will come back to minimum. From the maximum they will come back to minimum, because it's very difficult to finish, and you are not getting time to revise if you start maximum. If you start reading minimum, what will happen, minimum you are getting the confidence, you are covering most of the things. Then in the second reading, again you are adding something to the minimum, again you are adding something, again you are adding something in each and every revision, so that minimum will become maximum. If you start with minimum, you will land up in covering maximum things. If you start with maximum, and you will land up in covering minimum things without revision. Revision is also not possible. So always start with minimum, and if you start with minimum, you can go to maximum. And second, what will happen, if it is not possible to go through the maximum, at least first more important points are covered. Whatever the left out things which you didn't get time to cover, those are important but not more important. More importance you are already covered, right? So, and you will get time for revision also, that is very important, going step by step. Second, proper speed, I told you, and I told you revision is the key to success. First important point is writing down the notes. Second important point is going step by step. Third important point is revision. No revision, I'm telling you, no PGC. No revision, no notes. No, you're not writing the notes. You're not in the field of entrance preparation. If you're writing the notes and if you're not giving revision, so it's very difficult to get a PG seat. So revision is the key to get a PG seat. Okay, fine. Now how to execute the plan? I told you, make short targets. Okay, sir, we have understood how to make short targets, right? So make a plan and divide the plan into short targets for one day. Whatever the target you are getting, that is your 100% for that day, 100% target for that day. Divide the day into 4 parts and divide the subject into 4 parts and try to cover 25% of the subject in the 25% of the day, right? So when to solve questions, this is the very important point. When to solve questions. So always remember, I told you, effectively if you study, you can study for 8 hours in a day and divide the 8 hours into 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, right? So divide the entire day into four parts. So I'm just dividing the 8 hours. 8 hours are exclusively reading time, exclusively studying or preparation time, right? These 8 hours are preparation time, which are not included your rest time or food time or your break time or tea break time. Nothing is included here. So exclusively for reading 8 hours. So in the after 2 hours you have to take a break. There is no doubt in that. You can take a tea break, right? At the end of 4 hours you can take a lunch break. At the end of next 2 hours again you can take a tea break. And after, at the end of 8 hours, you can take a big break. You can take a big break. Yes, break. You are not going to end here itself. You can take a big break at the end of 8 hours. In that break, what to do? You can use mobile. If you want, you can use your phone. Till that 8 hours, better not to use the phone. In the tea break and lunchtime, if you want, you can use the phone. In the tea break or lunchtime, you can use your phone. But after the break, if you want to use your phone, you can use your phone. You can go with the WhatsApp, Facebook and all. If you want to call somebody, you can call. And you take a rest, right? If you want to take a nap, you can take the nap. And if you, better to have dinner and finish it off. Then afterwards, what to do? 8 hours your effective study is done, but your entire preparation for the day is not over. At the last 30 minutes, right? Minimum 30 minutes, maximum, I think 30 minutes is enough. Initially 30 minutes, what to do? 30 minutes solve the questions. 30 minutes solve the questions. Very important point. Whatever you have read on that day, so related to that, solve the questions just for 30 minutes before the day ends, right? Just 30 minutes. Why just 30 minutes? I told you, don't waste solving more and more questions in the beginning. So just solve 30 minutes questions every day. That is more than enough. In that 30 minutes, it is not possible to cover entire questions of the portions what and all you have covered on that day. There is no doubt in that. It is not possible. But still, whatever, how much ever you are covering, questions are getting covered. That is enough. That is enough. Initially, give more time to read the theory part. That is the notes rather than solving questions. Because if you don't know what is there in the notes, what is there in the theory part, how are you going to solve the questions? That is my question to you people. So always give importance to theory part first, initially, in the initial preparation. Then what will happen? Then you have to give one revision. In the first revision, you can increase 30 minutes to 60 minutes. In the second revision, increase 60 minutes to 90 minutes for solving the questions. In the next revision, increase 90 minutes to 120 minutes. So as your revision is going on, you can increase the time for solving questions. Initially, don't waste more number of time in solving questions. Otherwise, what will happen? If you spend more time, so revision and reading the notes will lag. If that is lagging, then pressure will build up. That is not covered, this is not covered, so much is pending, so much is lagging, right? So initially you should not lag. That is very important. Initially you should not lag. That is more important. For that, what to do? Spend less time for the questions. I'm telling you, I'm not telling at all not to solve questions, not to give more time for solving questions. What I'm telling is that initially make a balance between the notes and questions. Initially give more time in reading the notes and revising the notes. Give less time for solving the questions. As the time goes, as the revision goes, reduce the time. Don't reduce the time for reading notes. You can increase the time. If you're increasing the time, automatically that much time will be reduced in the reading notes, right? Reduced. But increase the time for solving the questions. 30 minutes to 60 minutes, 60 minutes to 90 minutes, 90 minutes to 120 minutes. I think this is the best method for the to study and to prepare. Hope you have understood. Once again, I'm telling you guys, short targets is the key to success. It will adjust your speed. It will let you go. It will allow you to go step by step. Read first minimum, then keep on adding to make it maximum. And with your plan, you have divided the day. You have divided so that you have to cover. You have got the target. This much I have to do in this day. You have got the target. Once you have got the target, then you have the aim for that day. Then you have the aim for that just 2 hours. So 2 hours I have to finish this much, I have to finish this much, I have to read, I'm lagging, then what will happen? So that confidence will be there, the dedication will boost up, and that will lead you to cover the target. And 100% I'm telling you, nobody, whatever target you make, it is not possible to finish 100% of the target. But in an attempt to achieve the 100% target, you will land up in covering 70 to 80% of the target. Well and good, you are covering 70 to 80% of the target. Very good, very good, very good. Like that, if you go slowly, right, step by step, ultimately success will be in your hands, right? So with this, we are ending this session here, right? So core NKPs, guys, I'm telling you, I told you these are the major NKPs. Foundation, be strong with this. So once again, I'm telling you, write down the notes and give one reading on the same day. If not possible, before the next class, not next subject, next class. And second important point, before sleeping, solve at least 30 minutes of questions daily. 30 minutes of questions daily. Do not spend more time for questions in the beginning. Be perfect with the notes, and don't leave any day without solving questions. At least solve at least for 30 minutes. Very important. So read the entire day and solve 30 minutes of questions, and then go step by step, maintain the proper speed, and have a proper plan to finish the 3 revisions. So for that, the best method is to make the short targets. Make the shortcut. Today I have to finish this month. This is my target for today. Divide the target. Make short target for 2 hours a day. So better, according to me, the best effective study time is 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. So divide the 8 hours. After 8 hours, I'm not telling you are done. Again, you have 30 minutes to 60 minutes, half an hour to 1 hour. You have to spend in solving the questions. So this is the best method for the entrance preparation. So these are the core NKPs. This is not about the entire thing. This is not the entire thing about the entrance preparation. This is about just the core points, core NKPs about the entrance preparation. So in the next session, we'll discuss the important or minor NKPs. See, there are so many minor NKPs, but in the next session, I'm telling you guys, I will discuss 3 important minor NKPs, and then I will, one thing, then second thing, what I will discuss in the next session is that how to prepare now in this situation at this time, along with the classes, along with the lagging what we have, because lagging is because we are lagging, it is building up stress, right? Stress is building up, right? Stress is building up because of the lagging. How to read or prepare at this situation, along with the classes, along with our lags, whatever we have, how to prepare. This is the second thing. And third thing, how to prepare after finishing the classes, right? So first thing, we'll discuss 3 important minor NKPs, and second thing, how to prepare now at this situation, along with the classes, along with the lags, whatever we have, how to prepare from today till the end of the classes. And third thing, how to prepare after the classes. So I have to end here today in this session, and in the next session I will cover each and everything, and hope you will get the next session very soon. With this, read well, revise well, and give your best. Do the hard work. One thing I want to tell you here is that even if you start from today, I'm sure that you can do it because you have time. But even if I start from today, how to go on, sir? Because I have so many things, new subjects which are coming, how to prepare and all, I will tell you in my next session. Don't worry about that. But remember this, even if you start from today, you can do it. Don't quit. Don't think about whatever you are lagging. From here onwards, make sure that you should make sure that you should not lag from here onwards. At least with that, all the best and thank you.